Welcome back to the Mindcrack. We're back on the Mindcrack server, and today we're going to begin Phase 2 of the Arcology. Is it Phase 2? Did I say Phase 1 was up to this point? I know I said that this was like one phase done. One phase done. But we're going to begin Phase 2 today. I'll just call it Phase 2. We're going to retcon it. If I ever said that we already finished Phase 2, that is now erased from history. We're going to begin Phase 2 today. I've changed things. Or maybe I haven't. Maybe I've just forgotten. Whoa! See the guy fall out of there. Okay, so here's the plan for Phase 2. Phase 2 is going to include an Iron Golem Farm, which I've been... Whoa, that was close. I almost fell off and hit that damn chicken. Okay. Phase 2 is going to include an Iron Golem Farm and the Pumpkin Farm. I have like a little temp set up for pumpkins right over there. And I'm going to start using them. Well, I've already been using them for lighting, but I need a large amount of them. So we need an automated farm. This is a little bit tedious to continually harvest. To continually harvest. So we're going to start the Iron Golem Farm, and then we're going to make the Pumpkin Farm. And they're going to be vaguely similar to these. Same materials, same kind of idea, but different shapes based on the size they need to be. And previously I said that the future gold farm, the third mob farm type, we've got the normal mob farm, the gold farm, and the Iron Golem farm. The gold farm I said was going to be here. A bunch of portals up in the air, surrounded by something that looks like that kind of stuff. And then back here in the back was going to be the Iron Golem farm on this side. I changed my mind. And this is why... The reason why is that portals are required for the gold farm I'm going to eventually make, and I want them to be as far as possible from this so that they don't link up together. I don't want to go through that portal and then come back out and end up in the air in the Iron Golem farm, or the gold farm. So we're going to put the gold farm back over here as far as possible. I think they need to be... And I guess we'll put a portal that corresponds to this one in the nether so that they link up and that those two link up. I know portals have changed somewhat. I think that's all we're going to need is to have, when we build the portals up here, we'll make portals in the nether that are close to it so that going through this portal links up to the portal that I've already been using in the nether, and then going through those portals would link up with those portals, etc. But just in case it's going to be an issue... we're going to put it as far away as possible. I think 128 was the old limit before they started linking up more intelligently. So let's see, what are we at? We're at like 770 right now. Let's see how many blocks that is. 770. Whoops. And it's raining. Okay, here we go. 770. 640. That is 126 blocks. So if that limit is still in place, I don't think it is, but if it is, or if we run into problems, I could always bring this portal backwards 10 blocks or so. But anyway, before we can make the Iron Golem farm, I need to get some things ready. The main thing we need is the villagers. For the villages that will be up in the air that will help spawn the Iron Golems. And so I built a little holding cell right here. What we're going to do, if you remember when I went to get the cows and sheep, we had to go quite a ways, and I ended up using the nether to bring them back. I built a portal some ways away, and that portal hooked up to this one, because it was the closest one. And I'm hoping that village is pretty close to where we got the sheep and the cows. So I'm hoping that when I make a portal in that village, it will link up to here, and we can just sort of have the villagers hang out here. This is going to be their little jail cell until we're ready to move them into the Arcology space that we have prepared. I want to make sure I do that right. I know there are problems with a village won't form if there's another village within a certain proximity or something, and that affects, like if you used to make the old style of villager breeders, you would have to do it in such a way that it wouldn't interfere. You'd have to. I remember seeing people have like long rail lines on the end of their villager breeders, and then they would send them off to the other things and whatnot. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, nameless. Let's go. We're gonna go find that village. That village is this way, across the bridge. On the other side, we have to go across the desert that I've been harvesting for all of this glass for the building. What is that right there? That's a zombies. And we've got the magical leaf block damage attack. Wonderful patch change. Got some mobs here. So that's going to be kind of step one, is getting the villagers to a place where we can readily bring them over to the Arcology, and I'll probably have to build a rail line. We're not in the snapshot on the server that changes the minecart dynamics and makes it so that they can fly off the rails if you're going too fast around a corner. So I don't have to worry about that, thank goodness, which will make getting them up in the air a little easier. And then after I get some villagers secured, there's the bed I use to set my spawn when I farm sand here. This is my primary sand source. There's a village right there. Look at that. Okay. I forgot how close it was. Yeah, that's not far at all. And I think I boarded it up. And jump. Oh crap. Oh no, we did it. Okay. I think I boarded up. Yeah. You see this cobblestone, and I can hear them there. That's boarded up. That's boarded up. Excellent. All right. So there is a fence right there. That's very convenient. I brought my own, but we'll use this. And we're gonna need to build a portal. Right here is fine, I guess. I think I haven't really been keeping up with this type of stuff, but I think they changed. I think they changed villager breeding mechanics, and you have to breed them now by trading with them. I think that happened. But I'm not exactly 100% sure, because we're in the snapshots. I kind of pay attention less to those kind of things since we're in the snapshots, because it's always changing, and we're not on the official release for long before we get onto another snapshot. This guy for sure should link up with that portal. Let's light it on fire. If I go through this, I'm going to have to run back because it's going to link up back to the Arcology. So before I do that, let's go ahead and I just want to make some basic walls so that as they're wandering around, they don't wander away. We're going to contain the situation and make it so that they can't go nowheres. Something like that. Make it so they can't jump off anything, can't get away. Yeah, so I think we will need to trade with them, which is fine with me. I kind of wanted to set up a little trading mini area. Actually, let's do that. There we go. And we can use the ladders sort of as our own little entry and exit. Is there pressure plates somewhere that are getting stepped on? And we can do a wall right here. Where did my horse go? He's wandering all around like a maniac. Hearing footsteps. Clook. I should probably check to make sure that this links up to my portal before I start pushing them through, though. If it's just some platform over some lava and they all die, that would be a big waste of time. Okay, let's do something like this. Yep. And we're even having the added benefit of fortifying the village against the zombie attacks. Maybe I should go around the outside and make sure that it's safe from zombies just wandering in. Maybe that would be worth our time. So let's put a third level there. Those zombies sound like they're very close. I wonder if they're inside any of these buildings. There's a skeleton, or a spider, but the spiders aren't going to track the villagers, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so that Whoa. Look at you. That's why I got rid of all the doors and just boarded them up. Take that. That knockback on that arrow seemed very weird, didn't it? It seemed very jerky. Like there was some lag or something. Or maybe that's some, like another snapshot change I'm just totally unaware of. Where's my ladder? Right there? Okay, and then zombies and whatnot can still path over that. Okay, let's just break that. And they're trying to open those doors. Okay, so that's probably good enough. Let's check that the portal goes where we want. And if all goes according to plan, we can start moving them through into our little holding cell. They're going to go from being boarded up in houses to being, yeah, okay, perfect, to being trapped in this prison. So this is now going to exit me back at the Arcology, which is perfect. And then once we're ready to get them out of here, I'll put a little mini fence. I'll make another holding pen, like right here. And then we'll make a rail line to send them up into the air. So that part should all be fairly straightforward. They should be safe in the nether for the meanwhile. I don't think like a ghast is going to spawn in that building or anything like that. Yeah, but I think that's good to go. So I'm gonna run back to where that village is, and then we'll start pushing them through. I actually need to go this way. Okay, so I wonder, can I do this? No. Can I do this? No. No, they just want to interface with me. Interface with me, villager. I cannot use the leads on them, so we're going to have to... Oh, here, hey, buddy. Hey. Hey, you want to go over there? I bet you want to go over here. Hey. Oh, suck it. And let's get at least 3 or 4. I don't want to take all the village. I want to leave maybe 3 or 4 here. So that if I royally screw this up, if I kill them all or whatever... There's still a population here that we can recover from. Let me make sure that, you know, tell you what, are there 2 in here? Uh-oh, where'd they go? They probably ran in here, I bet. We have 2 guys in here. Is that it? 2 guys. Okay, you guys are team recover from catastrophe. And I should probably try to come back and breed them later. Oh, look at this guy, he looks a little freaked out. Hey! I want at least 3, though, so you gotta come in here, and I may try to... well, maybe I'll experiment in a bit, but I don't know oh, come on. The new mechanics, I think if I click on them, he'll stand still. I definitely have wool to trade with him. Oh, come on. Why are you... Is it because it's nighttime? You're trying to run away from a zombie? I bet that's it. Yeah, I can hear them. Okay, we may have to try this again. Yeah, that's definitely the thing. And it's nighttime. Well, we did get 2 in. I got 2 of them in there, and that's enough to start breeding. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's do this. We'll just trap him in here so that he can't accidentally walk through the portal, you know, in case someone else wanders by or whatever. And they load the chunks. Let's see if the 2 guys got in here correctly, and if they fell down, or if they're going to fall down. Hi, go over there. Fall down. There you go. Yes! Perfect. Okay, they should be trapped now. They're not quite loading correctly. I think that's a bug that if I reload, or if I exit the server and rejoin the server, that'll get fixed. Do they both want flesh? No, you want flesh or gold ingots. I can definitely do both of those. I think you have to do the last one. And you want raw pork chops or raw chicken. I don't keep those kind of things around. But let's go see what I can do. They should be stuck here now. And the bottom, like the floor underneath there is solid. Chicken, pork chop, gold ingot. 2 of those 3 I'd much prefer to use than the 3rd. Although I do have a decent supply of gold, so I guess it's not that big a deal. And I'm pretty sure that's how the breeding mechanics work. I don't know if you still need them to be in a valid house as well. That might be a thing. Let's see, what do you have? 2 chop it, 2 chicken. Yeah, okay, so we're not going to be able to do that. I don't have a pig farm. I only have the cow farm, and I don't have a chicken farm because I freaking hate chickens. So that's going to have to be on a hold. But I did trap them, so we could probably spend the rest of the video drawing in space. Doing some outlines just to get an idea of where we're going to build things in the future. Okay, I've looked at a few tutorials for Iron Golem farms, and they're all kind of similar. They have a large spawning pad in the middle that's square with water to push the Iron Golems into a chute, and then the chute goes down, and they fall and they die, and we laugh, and we get roses and iron, and it's lovely. And then on each corner, there are little mini spawning little like villages, little villages that hold villagers. And depending on the complexity of the Iron Golem farm you make, you can spawn a lot of golems or just kind of a few golems. I don't plan on having a super elaborate golem farm like the, what are they called, like the Iron Trench or the Iron Foundry, the ones that are like super efficient. I'm not going to do that because we've already got so many things here. We've got a normal iron golem, or not, we've got a normal mob farm. We've got a ton of sheep, a ton of cows. I'm probably going to thin the cows out even more, though, because it's just a little bit too lag. A little bit too lag. And we're also going to have a gold farm, spawning zombie pigmen, and then all kinds of other farms which we can automate, turn on and off, like this wheat guy. It's going to be a lot in the long run, so I'm just going to have a simple one, and to be honest, I really want it so that I can make pistons easier, so that it helps make the other farms that I'm going to need pistons for. So I don't need a ton of iron. I don't want to start like redesigning the landscape in iron blocks or anything. But anyway, okay, so this is about the minimum size it could be, and I wanted to draw the circle up here to try and get an idea of what it looks like in comparison to these guys. So these guys are going to be, well, not they're going to be, they are tall and thin. They're cylinders. And this guy is not going to be very tall. It maybe go down to about there. It's going to be kind of like a teacup shape. And the actual space you need is fairly flat, not that big of a deal. More of a teacup shape. And so I think the proportion needs to be a little different than these guys if it's going to be like that. Let's go back down. Downtown. Oops, so we can look at them. And I kind of want to exaggerate the proportions a little. If the thing is going to be shorter, I feel like it should be fatter to help distinguish it from these guys. I think that looks just about perfect. So the new circle, it's a little bit lower, and it is 48 blocks in radius. The old circle up there, that was 34 blocks. I think it looks just about perfect. While I was building it, I thought it was gigantic, and it was way out of scale. But once I come back here to look at it, and keep in mind it's going to be just like this little shape here. So I want it to have sort of a similar amount of mass or less than these guys. I think that's perfect. Okay, last thing I want to do for this video is just do a few more, get an estimated idea of where the pumpkin farm is going to go. All right, there we go. I'm not totally convinced about the size and shape. The first little circle I made looked really tiny compared to everything else, so I made it a little bigger, and I stacked them up so that we could get a feel for the, I don't know, the overall shape. I'm not really sure about this one. I may have to come up with the design for the farm and then base a shape around that. Maybe I'd feel more comfortable doing that. It's maybe a little too close to this guy. But we're going to work on the Iron Golem farm before we do anything on the pumpkin farm anyway. So that's just kind of a sketch of where it might go. May even go on the other side. I don't know. We'll find out. We are going to finish the Iron Golem first. Look at this. ready to harvest. And I guess next time we'll do a little bit of work on the Nether Hub expansion. Got some cool ideas for there. And the time after that, we'll come back and work on this. Maybe something else. I don't know. We'll find out. Well, I guess that's it for our time together on the server. I hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.